So when I was a kid, my family had a computer, right? And we weren't really big on phones. Like when I was a kid, I didn't have an iPhone or an iPad that you just went online with. Like I see people nowadays having. Like no, we had one computer in like the just a room, just on a little desk. It was a Windows 7, a little screen out, yay big, whatever. And I don't know, me and my siblings just would have fun, be like out with the big brick monitor down there, just like, oh, look at this, look at that. We tried to find out how to play movies, but eventually stopped being able to connect to the internet, and so, we could never really do anything like that. So we just played Plants vs. Zombies on it because we had a Plants vs. Zombies CD, put it in, install, and that's all we did. It still plays it today, because we still got it, but that was that. But the other thing we used it for was Minesweeper. And now I don't know if you know this, but Minesweeper is amazing. Basically what it is you've got this big grid. I don't know the exact dimensions of the grid, but it's just a bunch of little squares. And to start out the game, you click on a square, and it tells you, hey, you've got 99 mines to find. Find all of the little bombs, and once you do, you win the game. Caveat is, if you click on a square that you think is safe, but it's actually a mine, you die, and you instantly lose. So basically, you're trying to suss out which of these little squares on this grid is a mine and which is not. But you can't click on the mines, because if you do, you instantly lose. So you have to think about, okay, which one's a mine, which one's not. And if that was it, it'd just be a pretty terrible game, honestly. You'd just be like, ooh, a little test of luck. No. Here's how it works. So start the game, you click on the square, usually in the middle, and it opens up this big swath. Now, whenever you click on an empty square that does not have an adjacent mine, then it also clears all other adjacent squares that do not have mines adjacent to them. That's a bit weird, okay, but if you clicked here, and then there's a space here, and there's a mine here, then clicking here would reveal this one, but it would leave this square unchecked. And clicking here would also reveal this, as long as it was empty and didn't have, a bomb next to it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to understand. Like, you'll understand it if you play Minesweeper, which I hope you will after watching this. But so then after that, it'll reveal. And now every square adjacent to a mine, and that includes squares diagonally adjacent to mines, they will have a number on them. And that number corresponds to the number of adjacent mines. Basically, if there's a square with one mine in any of the 8 tiles surrounding it, then it will say a 1. If there's 2 mines in those 8 tiles, it'll say 2, and so on and so forth. And it can get up to 8. I've never seen 8 mines. The biggest I've seen is 7. And that was, after hundreds of attempts at Minesweeper. That was the biggest one I ever saw. I think I only saw it once. 6 sometimes, but usually the biggest you'll see is 5. So you don't really need to worry about, there's so many mines, whatever. So then after that, so you left click, or I guess you mouse 1 to clear a square. Like, let's say that you already found the 1 mine and the square says 1, so you'd say, okay, and then you click on the other squares next to the 1, and they're empty. That's how you do it. But once you find a mine, or you deduce where it is, you have to mouse 2, or I guess right click, and that'll put a little flag on it. Now, in some versions of Minesweeper, you can right click again, and it'll be like, oh yeah, it's a question mark, because you're still trying to figure out what it is. But in just basic Minesweeper, right click, put a flag, and that tells the game that you think there is a mine there. Now, be careful, because if you put a flag on the wrong area, and the next time put a flag on the wrong area, you lose. But not immediately. If you put a flag on the wrong area, and then you click with both parts of the mouse at once on a number, then you lose. Because clicking on both parts of the mouse on a number will clear all squares next to it. And if you try to clear a flag that is not on a mine, then you lose. And if you try to... So yeah, there's two ways to lose. One, you double click on something with an improperly marked mine, or you click on a mine. Like I said, it's difficult to explain, but it's pretty intuitive once you start playing. I don't know, and that's really all I can say about Minesweeper. It's just a really fun game. You know, this video is probably going to be called something stupid, but like, it really is just a fun tactical game, and it's a good time killer. I know there's mobile versions of Minesweeper nowadays, but those just aren't as good as a computer because you've got the two mice. You can just do it, click, 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 click. You know, no, yeah. I remember, this might be a deep cut, but like, what's it called? It was that thing where it was the app on your phone where at a randomly chosen time of day you take a picture of yourself front and back. I don't know, that's what's called, Get Real, something like that. And so you take Get Reels, and I remember just this one time I was playing Minesweeper, and I was 8 mines away from winning, and it came down to a 50-50, because that's another thing about Minesweeper. Sometimes there'll be 50-50s, where it's impossible to tell which of the two squares is a mine, or sometimes it's a 1 in 3 chance. I don't know. Because there just aren't enough clues to tell you which is the mine and which isn't. And so you'll have to take a gamble, and more often than not, you end up losing, because you take multiple of them in one game. So, I don't know, I was 8 mines away from winning, and just completely lost. Like, put it all on a 50-50 that would have given me all the rest of the answers, and I just couldn't. And Get Real comes up, or Be Real. It was Be Real, not Get Real. Be Real comes up. That's it. Like, well, it wasn't. I just did that. You know, I still have the picture in my phone just because it's just Minesweeper. Liquid. Something like that. And I don't know. I remember I worked at this one place, and I don't know. I worked at this one place. It was a Wendy's, and a lot of people there had never even heard of Minesweeper. Like, maybe they recognized it, but I had to explain to them what Minesweeper was and how to play it and how it worked. I probably didn't do a much better job than I'm trying to do right now. I don't know. I remember just during an off day that we were just supposed to come in, like, oh yeah, well, I'll show you. And like, I think I just got it up on my phone. It was the dumb mobile version of Minesweeper, so I was trying to show them. Okay, so like, click here and you mark this with a flag. Some of them got it, some of them tried it out, but it is a hard game, and I've been playing it for years, so it's probably like why I'm good at it. Like, if I had never heard of Minesweeper and I just tried to sit down and play it, I do not think I would get it. But as it stands, it is one of my favorite games. It's simple, it's intuitive, you can play it over and over and over again, and it's different every single time, pretty much. You know, it's kind of relaxing, but once you get to the end, it's just stressful. You're like, you know, clenching your fists, and you're like, that better not be a freaking mine, dude. I don't know. I'm recording this on Easter, so hey, happy Easter to everybody out there. Keep on sweeping. The game doesn't have a story or characters, nothing like that. It's honestly just a grid with mines. There's a little face at the top that has like, every time you click on something, then it resolves to a happy face if it's safe, and then it like frowns against X eyes when you lose. But no, so I suppose like in the game, maybe you're like in war or you're training, and you're supposed to be a bomb defusal guy. So I guess you're supposed to be like a bomb specialist, or you're checking for landmines. So I guess you could say that you're role-playing as a landmine checker, trying to not get your whole platoon killed. Yeah, it's Minesweeper tactical role-playing game. Yeah, this is probably going to end up being one of my shorter videos, but yeah, you know, I'm just having a good time. Driving on the road. I get the feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Like I said, happy Easter. And if you've never played Minesweeper, or you've heard of it, and you want to play it, go check it out. I very much encourage you to. And if you don't get it your first few times, just keep on trying it. I guarantee you eventually you'll get it. Alright, peace out.